Coach Parker, tell us a little bit more about the Northern Illinois offense.
I'll tell you what, Northern had a great season last year, and they're very explosive at the wide receiver position right now. They're a little bit young at the offensive line, but it looks like they played a lot of guys very talented up front, I think, and just a little bit maybe experienced. The quarterback, to me, it really impresses me, the shots that we have him on film. He looks like a leader, competitor, and he looks like he's a good leader for their team.
Now the physical work's done. What do you tell the guys now in the next days?
Well, there's a lot of mental preparation going on in the next 48 hours for these guys. There's a lot of film to watch, a lot of just going over in your head of what plays you might be able to see, what formations, personnel grouping. So it's a constant battle in the 48 hours before a game.
A lot of people are curious, how do you expect your defensive line to match up against their big but young offensive line?
Well, I think our guys have been working hard all camp, and I think they've been improving the last 3 weeks, so I'm excited to see what they do, and I think they're ready for the challenge.
Your first game as a defensive coordinator, does it feel any different than any of your other first games?
I think anytime you got a new position and you're going into a new situation, you're a little bit unsure of what to expect, but I've been in it for 25 years, so I'm sure it's going to kick in once the kickoff starts.
You have a player or players that Hawkeye fans could keep their eye on the defensive side Saturday?
Well, obviously, we've got Micah Hyde and James Morris and Chris Kirksey. They all done a great job, and you got Tanner Miller over there on the half. But I think all of them are ready to play, and they've showed great leadership during the camp.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, your first assignment out of the gate, you get an experienced Northern Illinois defense. Can you tell us a little bit about that group?
Well, you're right. They have great experience. They return a lot of guys that have played a bunch of ball, especially in the back end and the front. The middle linebacker, even though he did not start last year, he played a bunch of ball. So it's a very deep group. It's a group that plays with a lot of confidence. They've won 22 games in the last 2 years. They won 9 last year. And they're a group that's very athletic. When you watch them, they really run to the ball. So I'm excited because I look forward to seeing our guys play, but we realize going in that it'll be a battle.
Now, a two-part question. You talk about taking care of the ball and explosive plays. At camp, the first part is, how did you feel about the guys taking care of the ball?
I think overall we did a really good job. Every time that the coaches got off the field, we constantly talk about taking care of the ball and creating explosive plays. Explosive plays are usually a product in the run game that the line did a good job and the receivers downfield blocking did a great job. In the passing game, sometimes they happen because of you're trying to create them, but overall our experience has been if you win those two battles, if you win the turnover margin that day against the opponent, and if you win explosive plays, then you're going to win the football game.
Now, you've seen a lot of the Hawkeyes now. I mean, what sort of things do you hope to accomplish Saturday?
Well, in any first game, there's a lot of things that you worry about as a coach. One is just administrative penalties. Getting in there and jumping off sides and creating tough scenarios for yourself. The other thing is, taking care of the football. You can't tackle every day in camp. So, we've tried to put our players, especially our running backs and receivers, in as many live situations as we can. But that's something that you always worry about in the opener.
Have you had any experience in Soldier Field, or is this how many?
This will be my first time in Soldier Field, so I'm looking forward to it. And I know our players are.
And just what do you expect? How does it feel to get that first game as a Hawkeye under your belt?
Well, it's been a whirlwind since spring ball and summer camp, but we're at a point now where we need to go play somebody else. We need to kind of see where we're at. We feel like we've got some guys that have played, but we also have a lot of young guys. So it'll be a fun Saturday.
Thank you, Coach.